I want people to vote for me because I'm overqualified for this role.
You
I
are.
know I can do it.
Yes, you are.
I have the experience, I have the background, I have the tenacity, I have everything it takes to perform this job and be a senator for this district. But let's remember the significant historical moment we are in right now. Think about it. A Black African American, I'll be representing that. An African immigrant, I'll be representing that. A Kenyan, East African, a Kenyan, a Kisii. Think about that. That's a lot of representation right there.
Yeah.
And by the way, for the listeners, to do this thing is no joke.
It's not.
It's not. People just think that somebody just turned on the camera and you do. My sister, you are doing great.
It's not.
You are doing great.
Thank you so much. I want you to touch a little bit on, you spoke about voting. This is our duty, as I understand.
Yes.
It's our duty to vote. Tell us the importance of even somebody who is in church.
Yes.
Why will somebody take 5 minutes or 10 minutes to go and vote? What does that represent? Haina kusema now, maybe when you are in church, you're not also participating in politics. How is politics integrated with the church?
Absolutely. Politics is integrated to church more than you'll ever know. Because that plot of land there is the local city and the state that is determining all of these rules and regulations that governs everything from the plot of land to the water to electricity to all of this stuff, right? And so our people, the beauty about our people is that we value our religious beliefs, which is good. And to be honest, for me to win, I have to go to the churches. I have to go there and tell them this is why it's important. And it's important because the state can pass a legislature that will impact religious organizations in a negative way or in a positive way. So when you sit here and you say, no, you have to separate religion from politics, you can't do that. Because the laws we pass impact you, and not only the church, but you as a resident, you as a person directly. And so what I want to encourage our people, especially those of us who are, SDA Sunday goers, voting is important. And for us, to be honest, voting is never on Saturdays or Sundays. It's on Tuesdays. But what we do is we sit here and we wait until last minute.
I saw they did put it on a Saturday, and that was a challenge to many other people.
So let me explain that. So that is the democratic endorsement process. So they can have their conventions anytime they want. And so unfortunately, my convention, the state convention, happened to be, for the Democrat, happened to be on a Saturday. And most of our people, literally, like, when we were about to finish, that's when most of our people were walking in. And I was like, oh, no, because I was only 6% away from winning the endorsement. But because of our Saturday worshipers, which I completely understand, but think about you giving a moment of your time and what that impact does. It puts people in power who has your values, who has you at heart. Because if you don't participate, people are making decisions for you without even your knowledge. And so when it comes to this whole church thing, I think we can still plan ahead and be organized and still meet both participating in politics and also attending church. So for example, that day, people could have came right after their service, or they could have came real quick, cast their vote, and go back. But because, and it also comes down to educating our people how this process works. Because if you don't understand, you're like, I'm just here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm either not gonna participate because I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm gonna show up, but then if you don't understand how it's done, you just do whatever, and it doesn't count towards what's needed. So our people who go to church on Saturdays and Sundays, we have a role to play in this. And it's important to keep in mind that the people that are elected into office, even the Bible itself says, God's the one who anoints leaders. But the work behind that, faith without action is dead. But that means we also have to take part in it.
Yes.
We have to own it as well. I mean, especially if it's our own, we definitely have to show up. Because these other people are doing it. This is why people also go to church.
Yeah, they do.
They make it happen.
They do.
Yeah.
And they know what is in it for them.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah. I want to ask you one last question.
Yes.
Unakimbia sana hapa nje.
Yeah.
Every time I call you, you are in meetings. You've also spoken of how you actually, how your story has gotten into where you are wanting to be in the Senate.
Yeah.
Tell me about your family. How is the arrangement? You have a baby.
Yes.
You're a spouse to somebody.
Yes.
You're a sister. Na wewe ni mtoto wa mtu.
Yes.
Tell me, how does that
you know, my sister, that is probably one of the greatest blessing, because you can't do community work and not have the blessing of your family and think you can succeed. And my family right now, I have the 120% support. You talked about me running everywhere. I am everywhere. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I have a full-time job. I have this campaign full-time. I'm also working on MWANYAGETINGE as much as I can. And all of these other things. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. All the qualities that make me who I am, but I can't do any of that if I didn't have the support of my husband, the support of my parents, and the support of my siblings, and the community at large, right? And so that support system has been what has kept me grounded. So I'll give you an example. Right now, my husband has his job, he does his job. But when he needs to, I know that Jada is taken care of. Our 4-year-old is taken care of. He has her prioritized above his job because he knows that I need to go out there and do what I need to do. I have that peace. My sister, I have that peace of mind. When you have that peace of mind from your spouse, I can go out there and come in at midnight. I'm not hearing, where have you been? Who have you been talking to? Let me see your phone. That peace of mind, it allows me to function, to mentally be present. So I honor him, and God knew that I needed a man who would handle somebody of my character.
Because you're a strong personality.
You are. When I'm determined to do something, it doesn't matter what you tell me, I'll find a way of getting it done. And my husband knew that we actually celebrated 13 years yesterday. Wow. 13 years we've been together yesterday.
Wow.
What a blessing.
Isn't that beautiful?
And this man is still there, so that means he's some kind of special.
Huyo ni tumemwadapt.
He's Mr. Ondieki, we all know that.
We all know that.
So to all of my young ladies looking for a partner, make sure you find somebody who's willing to put your needs in front of theirs. Make sure he's also able to keep you accountable. Because sometimes I come up with crazy ideas.
Yes.
Me and my crazy ideas. But luckily enough,
I was going to ask, how does he handle this?
He brings balance.
There you go.
And we sat down and we talked about it. I was not going to go into this if I didn't have his support.
Exactly.
So we talked about it, and I was like, I'm only doing this if I have your full backing. That full backing sometimes looks like him taking care of Jada. But that has been going on for the last couple of months. Now that my mother is back, I have food at the table. I think I posted one time in one of our ladies' groups, I need food. I mean, I appreciate my mother, but this time around, it was this another level of appreciation.
Yes.
This morning she came down, she stood there while I drank my uji that she made me. Make sure I drank it. Wow. At lunchtime, there was ugali at the table, making sure that I'm taken care of. So all of this up and down, running, I also have to take care of myself. And I'm not good at that because when things needs to get done, I just go.
Yes. And
as women, sometimes we do that. We literally forget ourselves and focus on whether it's our kids, whether it's our husbands, our significant other, whether it's work. And we forget to take care of ourselves. I'm talking to myself.
Self-care, Self-care is very important.
And I'm realizing that now that the campaigning is hitting up and my attention is divided. Somebody told me this. Even if it's like 5 minutes, put your phone outside your room, because if my phone is 5 feet away, I'm gonna grab it, I'm gonna be on it.
Yeah.
Close the door, just lay down and just be in your own space. Put on some music, whatever it is that calms me down, and just be. Be silent for a minute.
Yes.
You know, and so that support from my parents, it's especially my mother. Now she's taking on the household.
Wow.
You know, and my husband is doing what he needs to do to make sure that Jade is good. And obviously my mother's there as well. So that family support is key. Because you can't be running up and down all this if you don't have that.
Yes.
And I'm fortunate enough to have that. So.
Wow. Thank you so much for giving me this chance.
Thank you.
To sit down with you. It's been a moment.
Thank you.
Sitting close with you and having this conversation. I'm vouching for you. I cannot wait for that moment. I cannot wait for that moment. Our Kenyan lady, the first lady to be elected as a black woman in 164 years.
Yes.
That will be a big moment.
Yes.
I cannot wait for that. Help me close this recording.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. And again, if you have been listening to my sister here, please subscribe because that goes a long way. This, like I said earlier, this work is not easy. And imagine if all of our people just subscribe to your channel. They will be paying you right now.